This is tournament day. Wake up. We got work to do. Wake up.
Yeah, free fish was okay. We were onto some decent bites. But yeah, still not 100% dialed, but you know, a bit confident.
Forgot my raincoat again.
Yeah, you bastard.
I don't want to do this 2 days in a row.
Man, some people learn, some people never learn.
I'm a slow learner. Yesterday was tough. I mean, the weather had probably most to do with it. It was there's some thunderstorms we had to dodge, and we just struggled to find fish. The spots that usually work for us weren't on. So we're going to be in a little bit of scramble mode today, but maybe we'll stumble across some.
Parry Sound is the end of the road for a lot of these teams. Today truly is one of those go big or go home type of days. But with a massive storm looming to the north over several key areas, the pressure is on. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out because even with the weather moving in, you've got to keep that all or nothing mentality to make it to the Classic in September.
You guys are wild for coming in here. We won't be here much longer. Unfortunately, our shallow fish have blown off this,
So we'd done a big run out, again, went to a spot that historically we have caught fish. Went out there and we were working hard. You guys had actually just pulled up and Travis got his first one.
There's one, Mikey.
Yeah.
Attaboy, Mikey. Thanks, brother. And after the first one, we felt a bit of pressure. We knew we needed to do something. We put our time in up north where we thought we had a good shot. So we knew let's make the run up there and do what we do. So that's kind of when the season starts turning a bit for us, when it gets a little warmer, it's a little steady. We like to fish shallow normally. So that seems to be in our wheelhouse. When the dog days of summer, they'll get up there shallow. We had our area out there, and what seems like when the rough gets really rough and wavy, the shallow areas are the first to get blown out, right? So we went there, we scrounged a couple fish, but it wasn't what we thought. So we pulled the plug and made our way back to where we knew we had some deeper areas.
That's what we're looking for, eh, Tom? We're just gonna hit a couple spots out and start heading our way back in a little bit. But it was worth a check either way.
Yeah, for what can be here, it's worth a check, worth the time, because if it does pay off, they can be really stacked out here.
Out there, to be honest, there's times where it can get a little nerve-wracking. The stressful part for me is always knowing that we will get back in, but it's when do you have to leave and knowing that you have that run ahead of you. We're out there and you know you're getting tossed around, like you know it's gonna be choppy and wavy. We've had a bunch like that where we're out there. But it's just knowing that if it doesn't work for you, that the commitment to get out there and it doesn't pay off, it's a little bit frustrating, and knowing that like, okay, we're gonna try it for how long are we gonna give this before we have to just pull the plug and admit that we made a bad decision or that they're not there or cooperating, right? So it's a little bit stressful that way. And I think the weather, again, being like I was saying, the biggest obstacle is just, it makes you make decisions, and sometimes it hinders your decisions or makes you regret decisions.
Going into Waubuno Beach and Parry Sound, we kind of had a thought that Trav and Mike, they might pick it up here, only because at that time we had a few weeks of really, really hot, warm weather, so the lake temperature increased drastically. and it just gave the fish a little bit more time to set up on their summer areas. After the run north, the wind was just too much for those shallow spots. Their fish were actually gone. So right away, they decided to turn back south. But having spent so much time in that region, they had a huge list of backup spots they could hit, so they just ran from spot to spot and plugged away. And sometimes, even though it's tough to make the call, making it early can really change the outcome of your day.
Yeah, you know what the best days seem to be if you can get that edge off where you're having fun and messing around with each other and doing that. And I'll be the first to admit, when it's tournament day, I'm pretty quiet till we get the fish going. I'm focused, I'm looking, I'm going. So, you know, we have good fun. We have lots of laughs out there. That's the way to keep it light.
Like a GoPro. Check out the gut on this thing.
So if you can get that going, that seems to be the days where you have your better days, where you're not, you're not so focused and so gung-ho to get them going.
Need a sailboat today. This is insane. Go bass fishing, they said.
Parry Sound was crazy. I mean, we had a major storm roll through that morning. There's no way that didn't screw the fish up. Like, I don't care what anybody says. That type of cell rolls across Georgian Bay, it's gonna screw everything up. And having seen and heard a lot of the guys catch their fish in the morning, it only makes sense because that storm rolled through, and once it passed, nothing was happening.
We went there, I got my rain suit sitting in the truck, and we don't need this. I'm looking at the weather. No, it's gonna bypass us.
He learned another lesson there, don't leave your rain gear in the truck, There's a reason why I leave it in the boat, whether it's wet or dry, because then I don't lose it.
That was insane. I actually had a sweatshirt on. I pulled it off because I had to keep something that was dry, and it rained so hard. I had to put the life jacket on because it was beating on me where it was hurt, and I thought, I'm just putting the life jacket on because maybe that'll give me a little bit of padding. You're just looking around, you're seeing the lightning, you're seeing this, and I'm going, this is what I'm standing in, like fishing in? This is insane. And I remember thinking, is it ever going to be nice on Georgian Bay where I can enjoy just calm weather? But yeah, that was a little chaos that day, and that was a hard day fishing. Yeah.
They say it gets calm out here. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
He took that one like a champ, though. He didn't squawk about it until the end of the day. He's like how cold he was during that, but he took it like a man, and he screwed up, forgot his rain gear, and I wasn't going to get it. He wasn't getting mine.
Yeah, I think the weather definitely depleted some of the numbers that were on the spots. Like I said, we did see some fish, and I mean, some of the ones that I did see looked like good fish on the scope. I had a couple of them hit, but I think majority of them moved somewhere else because of the temperature drop and whatnot. But yeah, I think it definitely put a hit on the numbers out there today.
Yeah, it's cooking in here.
It's like a whole different world in here.
It is.
I kind of like it better.
Well, yeah, the conditions, yeah. Bite's about the same.
Yeah.
So going into the third event, Waubuno Beach, Parry Sound, this was right in Jay's backyard, and I just had this weird feeling that they were gonna go out and crush it because it's in his backyard. But the other thing about that I think a lot of people don't understand is that when you have so much water to cover and you're fishing what they call memories, it sometimes works against you. So I could see how with this event specifically, yes, they have an advantage, but at the same time, having all those spots clouding your memory, not really sure where your fish are, it can also be a disadvantage.
Sometimes, you know, I've got so many spots and so much time on the water, and there have been times where just nothing's working. The fish are nowhere to be found. And yeah, I guess that sort of is frustrating, but I've been doing it long enough. You just got to keep bouncing around, and hopefully you stumble across them. Usually, sooner or later you do, usually. But I don't know how many spots we hit that day, 25. We were just running and gunning everywhere, and it wasn't working out.
I think like the second tournament, that was a really windy one. We had kind of found something like a little new and scrambled up like an okay bag. The third qualifier was equally scrambly. Like it just seemed like any fish we marked were not into eating. You know, if there was a prize for most desperate for a bite, we'd be taking home the hardware.
Darce is pretty calm and collected. There's a good chance maybe he thinks I'm a bit nuts sometimes, but he's pretty chill. Yeah.
How about yourself? Do you think you're nuts on G-bait sometimes when you're catching nothing?
When I'm catching nothing, no. I just keep at her. There's been times where I do crazy things, like say we should go fish for largemouth.
I never thought I'd be saying this, but that's the only way we thought we could upgrade that day. So yeah, in we went to try and get some buckets.
We ended up having fun though. And we ended up having a fun day.
Beginning of the year, you told me the boys are gonna be getting some footage of us bucket fishing.
There would have been some laughter.
Making the call to fish largemouth, it is a risk because if you swing and strike out, I mean, that's over, and that could mean the classic. You go into a tournament with a plan and you have to make those adjustments, especially when you're switching from smallmouth to largemouth. It's a major adjustment, especially if you don't have that 100% confidence that, yeah, I'm going for largies and I know it's gonna work.
Give the boys something.
Oh, get him? Yeah, I got him. I don't think he's small. No, I don't think he is either. Oh, come on. Come on. Pull him. Okay, bring him. Yes. That a boy, dog. All right.
Days.
That'll help the cause.
It'll help.
Yeah. Well, the cause is pretty hurting.
Yeah, the cause is pretty hurting.
Oh. Yeah, right on. Nice. All right. You know what? Buckets for the rest of the day. We're just trying to mix it up, keep it entertaining for y'all. What are you at?
$3.99.
All right.
You know, initially it wasn't paying off, but then when Darce got that first bite, it just ignited the team, and these guys, the spirits picked up and they started catching another one, and that saved their day. And it was the biggest difference between making the classic and not, because if they wouldn't have found those largemouth and got those bites, those guys would have finished way down the list, and we probably wouldn't have ended up seeing them in the classic.
Precision. Honest to God. Oh, he's a nice one.
He's all right. No, he's not that big. I got him.
I don't think he's gonna help. Yeah, do you think this guy's bigger than 288? I don't think he is.
I don't think so.
I don't think he is. 2.6. Okay, not gonna help. Nice
toss back catch nonetheless.
How do you guys feel about going into the Classic, the 2-day at Honey Harbor?
I'm glad we're there. I mean, I'm glad we're able to even make the Classic after a performance like today, but we were in a good spot going into the third event, so any points were going to make a difference today. So we just had to hope that everybody else was having the same difficulties we were having. And it turns out that, you know, majority of the field struggled today, grinded it out.
I think the good thing with Kenny and Brad having gone through that tough day is they'd caught their 20 pounds each time. In the previous 2 events, they were catching fish. This was the first one where they weren't catching anything. So I think it just created a different hurdle that they got around. I'm so glad that they ended up weighing their fish in, because there was a handful of teams that didn't. And because of that, they didn't make the Classic. So they made the right decisions. They caught the fish they could catch. They weighed the fish in. And yeah, 11 pounds sucks, but at the end of the day, you got those points you needed and it got you into the Classic.
They ended with an upgrade. right after.
I'm up upgrading, a good one. Yeah. So, all in all, we're happy with where we came from, and yeah, it was a tough day.
It's been a tough season for us. The fish have been not really willing to play ball for us.
No.
But we'll see. I mean, that's what, almost a month away?
Yeah.
So
Got some work to do going into the Classic.
Hopefully we can figure it out before game day.
Still gets you a berth in the Classic. 2373 for Mike and Trav.
For Trav and Mike, they put it together, they found the right fish, and they ended up with a second place finish, which I know these guys are super proud of because they've been grinding Georgian Bay for the last couple of years, and they finally got to that respectable weight. It wasn't a win, but I know they'll take that second place moving into the Classic.
Feel very good. It's one of those things where you obviously always want to win, but we last year had a couple that were forced, and we just always had felt like we just were close to just moving up a little bit more. And after the start that we had today, right, if you'd said we were gonna walk away with second today, I wouldn't have believed you, but.
Yeah, it's fishing, right? You go, like I said, you just gotta keep grinding and keep going. You never give up in fishing. It's true. I know it sounds cliche and cheesy, but it is so true in the sport. To be honest with you, I feel like the first little bit we pressed hard to do well, and it never didn't happen as what we wanted to. I don't know how Mikey feels. I think he feels the same way.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, it changes out here every day too, right? So, you know, feeling confident out here, we've had it before where we're very high hopes and it doesn't always come together. But I think the more time on the water, the better, right? The more you're gonna find, the more knowledge you're gonna have. So that's our Mikey and I's thing. Let's be up here as much as we can and try to work the most we can. We're not the best anglers, but we'll work hard.
This is amazing. I'm glad I got the opportunity to fish this series with him and everybody else, because I hate to say it, but I'm hooked now. And that's, I want to swear so bad, but that is so messed up. I'm almost 63 years old, and I'm fishing with my kid, doing something that he loves, and I'm hooked now. I love this tournament fishing.